dark light. Don't matter in this motherfucker, you heard? Blame it on the juice, blame it on Patron, blame it on the Jack, it got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the alcohol. I'm fucked up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Touch of Messy podcast. That was a joke.
Are we gonna start now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm really excited because this last month
We're just gonna go straight into it.
I was gonna say this last month has been the release of our podcast, which is so exciting. Thank you to
If we had a
everyone.
soundboard, I would click the applause button right now.
I will add a sound that is a applause. No, I'm really excited. How do you feel like the launch went?
I think it went pretty well. I'm glad they're out because we've been sitting on those episodes for a while. A lot has changed in my life since we recorded those episodes, so it feels good to kind of feels like we released an album that we've been working on for a long time, and now we're going into our sophomore album. Feels like season 2 of the podcast right now.
I feel like that was a Drake reference already, like not even 5 seconds in.
What do you think was a Drake
I don't know.
reference?
I felt like he had a. What was this? The sophomore album? Doesn't Drake have a sophomore album?
Every artist with 2 albums has a sophomore album.
Well, I
Don't
guess,
you have a sophomore
yeah,
album?
I guess everything you say, I just assume it's gonna have to do with Drake. So
You know what was crazy? I know this is a topic that we're talking about, but there's a point where me, Danny, and Josiah were standing next to each other, and I've never felt more light skin energy in a room than at that moment. I feel like all those light skin jokes that you were making,
it all made sense.
it all made sense at that moment.
Honestly, we'll get to that, but I want you to know that the room almost exploded because it was just too much light skin energy. But yeah, so Abdul and Deja here. We are finally we're getting on track finally for our episodes because as y'all saw, we had an episode every day for an entire week. But now we're going to kind of get on to our weekly schedule where we're dropping episodes weekly just so it's a little bit more palatable and Abdul doesn't have to edit so frequently.
I will admit, I've dropped the ball on some of the editing stuff. It's been a very busy time of my life right now. Work is picking back up with spring. So we, Deja so graciously helped organize us a bit.
Yeah.
Stepped into project manager mode, and
Can I put this on my resume?
you can.
Under Harvest House?
Yeah.
PM. Period. I actually am going to do that.
Period M.
Yeah, put me on the payroll.
I don't know about all of that.
Oh, I forgot. He doesn't do cash. He only does cash.
No. It is so close to tax season. We're not making those jokes.
Okay, so obviously we're in a new location. So huge shout out to Mead Street for allowing us to use this space. Hopefully this is a little bit more consistent for us now that we're going to be posting weekly.
Shout out to, I'm not sure if I'm pointing at it, Mead Street Studios.
Yes. But yeah, we want to hear from y'all too. We got a lot of feedback about the podcast and oh my gosh, it feels so weird to be doing this sober right now.
We do have some White Claws.
No, I'm not drinking right now.
Actually, I'll take that. Jordan, can I get a White Claw, please?
I'm trying
Thank you.
so hard not to drink. Dang it.
You sound like an alcoholic.
Dang it. I don't want one. Yeah.
I bought 3 specifically for the 3 of us.
Really?
Yes.
You're telling a tale.
Which one do you want? Grape or this one fell on the ground?
The cherry one.
No,
Yeah,
you-
that looks a little dirty. Will you open it?
Yes.
Reparations.
This is Deja.
All right. So, but yeah, we want to continue to hear from you. We want to know.
There was some dirt on it. I was hoping you wouldn't see.
God made dirt and dirt don't hurt, but whatever you did under that table, I don't know.
God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. It is such a crazy.
There is dirt in this, in this though. I'm not going to, you know what? It is.
A wise woman once said, God don't...
You don't even know how to be wise. There we go. That's the... Cheers.
Cheers
You're
to
a dirty ass can.
season 2.
I can't believe I'm drinking alcohol right now. The reason why this tastes like cough syrup. The reason why I'm not drinking alcohol right now, guys, and this is actually like really, well, now I am drinking alcohol thanks to my great friends. It's health reasons. I had to go see a Chinese medicine
Whoa, whoa,
herbal
whoa, whoa.
doctor, Chinese herbal medicine doctor recently, and she looked at my tongue and she was like, "Girl, you are backed up. For real." My lawyer's saying I shouldn't be saying that. Should I? No? Okay.
I was wondering what the fact that they're Chinese has to do with anything.
No, it's Chinese herbal medicine.
Okay.
That's literally what the practice is. And she gave me these little things that I take every day, and she's like, "You need to stay away from alcohol and sugar."
Whoa. What was that accent that you
There was no. I didn't do an accent. But that is a problem that I do have.
Uh-huh.
When I'm around someone with an accent, and as a way to like make them feel more comfortable, I like subconsciously start to talk in an accent, and it's so ugly.
I have a very close friend that does that.
Really?
Yes, and my dad does that a lot.
Doesn't your dad have an accent?
I wouldn't call it an accent. I don't think so. Have you met my dad?
No.
Jordan, does my dad have an accent?
I just assumed that he had an accent because you have an accent.
Slightly, said Jordan. I don't have an accent.
Yeah, you do.
What you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little
Anyway,
bit.
you're doing an impersonation of a Chinese person?
No. Okay. Anyways.
But what you're backed up?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like your stomach?
I'm backed up like Target on a Sunday. For real.
You're backed up like that line around.
Jordan's face right now is.
Well, there's a we're recording in South Seattle and driving up here. I'm not sure if you drove past it. There's a bakery over here, and I drove past it. The line literally came out of the store, went down the street, and turned all the way down as far as you can see. Just people lined up to get some baked goods. The flower box.
Yeah, you can consider my body. Just never mind. Anyways, let's get back on track. This is why we have segments. So what is our next topic? Weekly recap. What did you... I have some new updates. We're past it. So this week I just signed a new offer letter for a new position.
Congratulations.
Those of you who know me, you know I've been really stuck and feeling like I keep hitting a wall in my career. And I just want to speak to anyone who also feels like that. You probably feel stuck because you are stuck, because you're not moving and doing, taking risk, betting on yourself. So this is crazy. I took a role that the salary is actually technically a pay cut. But the earning potential for the role specifically is like a significant pay increase.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, it's basically. Well, what do you mean? What do you want to know?
What is this position?
Oh, it's a sales position where I'm just going to be working with like a lot of different property management teams all across the West Coast. So I'll be traveling a lot.
This with the same company that you work for?
Same company, yeah. I'll be traveling a lot. I'll be getting to like build relationships and treating my clients and just really, I get to focus on my skill sets that I feel like make me really happy, which is like that relationship building and all that. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
Yay for not feeling stuck. Woo!
I feel like the episodes obviously were recorded beforehand, but you were talking about I need to take a month off. I need to take a break to rediscover myself and feel like you need to figure out what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see that you did it.
I did.
Your month vacation worked?
Yeah, I went on that month vacation. I really did some self-reflection. I'm like, okay, like I can't just blame everybody else for me feeling stuck. Like, what do I need to do to change my situation? And I literally, as soon as I got back to work, I immediately started to work to change that. And I've been interviewing and like waiting and all that. And finally, it's happening. So my life is about to change.
Congratulations.
So yeah, what about you? Anything new this week?
This week specifically? No, I'm entering a potentially transitional phase in my career. Mm-hmm. I might be switching over to full-time freelance soon.
Oh.
And yeah, just been processing that, trying to see what makes the most sense for me right now.
Why might you be transitioning into that?
I think it's just stuff to do with the specific job that I work for. I work part-time for a company, and I do freelance the other time. Mm-hmm. I think some stuff might be happening where it would make more sense for me to work more as a contractor for them and become a full-time freelancer and treating my time with this company as part of my freelance time instead of being on payroll.
Do you think that's gonna give you more free time, or do you plan on taking that time that you are using for the job and applying it to the freelance?
I think it just puts a lot more pressure on the freelance side of things, just because I've been able to basically pay for all of my bills with this part-time job that I had with this production company, and use my freelance time as more of a leisure thing where if I need extra money, I can get extra money. If I want to do passion projects that don't really make me money, I can do some of that. But I think transitioning fully into freelance means like I can't do these music videos for friends anymore for the love of doing it. I need to think about my rent. I need to think about my insurance. I need to think about everything. So it's a bit scary, but I think it's the right move for me.
Okay, cool. Well, I still had to pay you, so.
And thank you for paying.
Supporting my friend.
Supporting Black-owned businesses
Kind
on Black History Month.
Black History Month. How do you feel about that, by the way?
Whoa.
How have you felt? Like, for me, it's so funny. I feel like Black History Month has become a little bit more known, and like my white friends are like telling me like Happy Black History Month, and I'm like, yeah, you know what it is. Like, it feels like it's finally being respected more, even in the workspace. So I'm just curious, what are your thoughts?
I think it opens the door for a lot of performative action. It feels weird to be highlighted for a month specifically, and I don't know. In an ideal world, that's not needed, and we're part of normal history. Black stories are being prioritized, specifically in the field that I work in film. Leading up to February, a lot of stuff is like, oh, we need to center these Black voices. We need to do that. It feels weird that we're almost given like, hey, this is your time. Do this thing that you need to do. March is here. Let's go back to the regularly scheduled programming.
I agree in a way. I do, because I do feel like I do think it's needed in a way, because I do feel like it's a way for folks to like kind of give us a push, or like the space to show what we are capable of, because so many opportunities have been taken from us. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes it does feel a little, I don't know, like I feel like sometimes people don't see it the way that I just explained it, and it can make it uncomfortable. But not like when I was a kid and we were teaching slavery in class, and then everybody be like, "You hear that, Deja?" Like that, as the only Black person in class while they're talking about slavery, that shit was kind of like scary, because I was in a white town and they're like, "Meh." Like it was so uncomfortable.
Did they make you guys read Roots?
No.
No.
But they talked about slavery a lot.
We were made to either read or watch it, and both options were a lot.
Really?
That's like a 12-hour series, or long as shit, basically. They gave us the shortest month to read the longest book. Kind of crazy.
Anyways, what else? Anything else new this week?
Not this week, but I feel like we should update them since we last recorded.
Okay, well, let's get there. All right. So I think I have a great transition for the news that you're going to share.
Ooh.
So
We're teasing the news already.
We're teasing the news a little bit. I want to set it up beautifully. So we went to Fun and Flirty.
We did.
And it was so cool. Like, it was such a great show. There were so many people there. It was sold out. So that's awesome.
This is our first time we did a Harvest House Fun and Flirty collaboration.
I think y'all should do more. It was so great. And you actually did Fun and Flirty, didn't you?
I did. In November of last year, I was one of the contestants. So the people that don't know, Fun and Flirty is a dating show where a comedian pitches somebody to the audience with a PowerPoint presentation, and people do live dates on stage. I was pitched by my friend Cypress, who made a PowerPoint presentation, all false information. I've known him for at least 15 years. The fact that he made all that up kind of hurts. But
was it false?
All of it was false.
What was the most false thing?
That I call my penis the Kenyan minion. The amount of Minion memes that I've been sent is insane.
What would you call it?
Nothing.
I'm just kidding.
Just my penis. There's not a special name for it.
Okay, so that's a trend because even in the episode that I went to, or the show that I went to, they were making fun of someone else for their penis too. So I'm wondering if it's like a pre-made presentation and they just plug in. Okay, that makes
No,
more
maybe.
sense.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I think it's really interesting, and we're talking about like
About the Kenyan Minion? Or?
No, nobody can. But I do think it's interesting that we're talking about like transitions and like our goals. And one of your goals last year was to not be single anymore, not be a lonely toucher, if you will. So I want you to tell the people the difference between last month and this month for you.
I am no longer for the streets. I've retired. I actually made a announcement at the Fun and Flirty show because I was on the mic and I was getting people riled up. And part of my speech was, you guys, Abdul from Harvest House here. You might remember me on the show a couple months ago. Happy to announce that I found love. And she's in the room right now. So you could be next. Join us in Fun and Flirty. But yeah, that's my announcement. I found love.
I did not see that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, tell us, like, you got to give us a little bit more details.
Okay, I'm not going to say names just for...
Okay, PR.
Yeah. But I started dating somebody at the end of December, early January of this year. And yeah, things have progressed well. And we're officially, as of a week ago, boyfriend and girlfriend.
Who's the... Just kidding. Who's the girlfriend?
Who's the boyfriend? Who's the girlfriend?
How did you do it? If you are comfortable sharing.
I'm comfortable sharing.
For the rest of us who are trying to figure out how to get locked down.
We have a bunch of mutual friends, so we've been like acquaintances before we met. Went on a couple dates at the end of December and have been seeing each other since then. I knew I wanted to do it on Valentine's Day. So initially I had gotten a vinyl from one of her favorite artists, Anushka Shankar. She's a sitarist, and I thought this was a vinyl that she didn't have because she told me she didn't have it. She told me she had a different one. I was over at her house before Valentine's Day after I'd already bought the vinyl, and I saw that she had a signed copy of that same vinyl that I bought her. So I took the vinyl that I bought and went around to all of her friends. I've met her friends and her sister, and I had asked for their blessing to ask this person to be my girlfriend, and had them sign the vinyl, giving me their blessing. And then with the help of my girlfriend's sister, I was able to get into her house and put a bunch of candles all over the place.
Aww.
Got food from her favorite spot and surprised her when she walked in. We had our dinner, gave her the vinyl, and asked her to be my girlfriend.
Love. Who knew he had it in him?
I am surprised, honestly.
I'm like excited to see what the proposal's gonna look like.
Whoa.
If you already got signatures, what we get next? We're gonna get a little blood imprints. Well,
Here's the blood of everybody that you love.
Yeah, they gave me your blessing.
I drank it all, and I'm ready to ask you for marriage. No. As I was doing this, I was thinking, damn, I'm setting myself up for failure because I'm going all out for this.
No, I feel like the more you get to know a person and like make memories and experiences with them, you kind of like learn more ways to make them feel special, you know? So.
But I'm excited to step into this, what feels like a new season of the podcast, as somebody in a relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the conversations we were having earlier were based around these two single people trying to figure it out, me going on all of these dates. Now we just got one single person here.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, you know what? So, I mean, that's a good setup for the next question that I had for you. So, like, what advice do you give? Because you were, like, looking for a minute. You were...
When you say, you make me sound desperate when you say I was looking for a minute.
Hey, no, you weren't desperate, but you were definitely...
I was intentional with the way I was moving.
Yeah, you were intentional, but you were single, right? So... But you've always made it clear that you're a lover boy and that you wanted to, like, settle down. That was always your goal. So I'm curious, what advice do you give single people who are ready to step into that season of the cuff? The season of the cuffing.
The season of the cuffing. We're approaching the end. We're in, like, cuffing season finals right now.
I know, because summer's coming up.
Yeah. But don't let the seasons determine love for you. You do what makes the most sense to you. I would say just be very intentional with what you want. This is
Yeah.
specifically for the older people. I know young people are still trying to figure it out, but a thing that I did with this person that I'm now dating is once I felt like there was a connection, broke it off with everybody else and said, I want to see this through. It might work out, it might not work out, but something that was stopping me in the past is feeling like there's a lot of people that I was seeing at once and all these options. Like, oh, I had a weird conversation with this person. I'm going to focus more on that person. And I barely have enough time for myself. So splitting my
Damn.
time amongst different people is just setting myself up for failure. So
I think
move with intention.
I think that's such a good note of advice, because for me, it is so interesting. I've never been a person that can date multiple people. So kudos to you. I just don't have the patience for that. But
It didn't work.
But I will say that it's also kind of scary for me to date people who I know are seeing multiple people. I don't know. It just immediately turns me off. But what I think a save for that would be is what you did, is cutting everybody else off once you know, versus kind of waiting until I don't know. It's just proud of you.
Thank you. And I think deep down, even when I was dating different people at the same time, I wasn't super sure about it.
Yeah.
And I think that was my subconscious way of not putting all my eggs in a basket that I wasn't confident in. But with this person, after the first couple dates, I was pretty sure that I wanted to see this through.
You made me so upset the other day when I was with your lovely girl, woman. And because I was telling her that I manifested her for you. And I did. I don't know if it was you, Jordan, or if it was Manny who was there. But I was describing what his future woman would look like. I was like, I can just picture what your girl is going to look like. Do you remember?
I do, yes.
Why, when I was telling her that, you were looking at me like I was
Because I couldn't hear what you were saying. This was at the Fun and Flirty show.
So you were just smiling
And I was like, what the fuck is Deja saying right now?
But I just want to say I manifested that. So
thank
next
you.
time I describe
Here, I got
who.
something. Jordan, can you throw me my wallet?
Next time what's love worth? It's so funny because I actually have that on here.
What is love worth? It's a great Nick Cannon movie.
Oh my god, that's called Love Don't Cost a Thing. But yeah, I manifested that. So I'm really excited for you. And next time when I have my list together of what I want, because you were really specific and I was really specific with your manifestation, I want you to specifically on the podcast, on air, describe. Actually, let's go now. Describe.
Whoa, chill. This is not in the running show.
I actually made it kind of short. But I'm going to want you to speak it, what my future husband will look like. Who can you see me with?
I think between 5'2" and 5'6".
Oh, okay. You already. No, that's one of your icks, right? When people who are short.
under 5 feet need somebody that's over 6 feet. I think a caring, understanding person with healthy communication.
Oh, period. Heavy on the communication.
I feel like you based on doing this show with you, you're very adamant about communicating your capacity and how you feel.
Yeah.
And you need that. I think that's something that me and my person have pretty down packed.
Yeah.
Is our communication styles. Every time we have a disagreement or I wouldn't even call it an argument. I don't think we've had an argument just yet. We're able to talk about it like adults. And
Yeah.
I've not always had that experience in dating, so it's good to feel like we are on the same page and we're a team, and our goal isn't to see who's right, it's to figure out what is this disagreement and move past it. And I feel like you need somebody like that.
It's you two against the problem, not you two against each other.
Exactly.
Got it.
And you'll find somebody like that.
You would think that is the bare minimum, but we are in Seattle.
But how's your life? Do you have any plans? Any date plans coming up?
Nope. Anyways, I will never. Even if I was in a relationship, I would never, unless I was married. I don't think I would like talk about it.
Oh, wow, so-
For me, because I have like my own trauma from that. I don't think anyone else should be like that. But for me, I need to know that they are so sure. Yeah. So, anyways, okay.
So you're just basically clowning me. Like, look at this guy over here oversharing.
No, that is completely different because I feel like you and your partner are really like friends, and I think also the fact that you guys have mutual friends. I'm a huge believer in like, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. And for me, since I'm not really from the Seattle scene, it's hard. I'm the newbie coming in, so it's hard for me. I wouldn't date anyone from my past or all my girlfriends are very old time, long time friends. So for me, coming into the scene, there's not really any people that are like my friends that I know that I'm like, I know this guy for a long time. And so I know for a fact, like, he's a good person. So like, I'm kind of like every person I'm dating, if I date someone in the scene, it's like new and I'm learning about them. So
I think that's another thing that helped me take this relationship a bit
Yeah.
more seriously is we met through a mutual friend, and that mutual friend is really close to me and really close to her. And I think you just move more intentionally when it's somebody within that circle. You can't just be like, all right, we'll try it. If it doesn't work out, on to the next one. Like this has to, at least a good effort needs to be put into making it work, or not even try it at all, because stuff like that gets messy very quickly. And find a mutual.
love it.
You should date one of your friend's brothers.
My friends don't have brothers. No, I'm good.
If you are interested in Deja,
No.
just hit us up at Touch of Messy on Instagram. You can email us at touchofmessy@gmail.com
Please don't.
and send a resume. If you feel like you have healthy boundaries and a good communication style, and you're between the heights of 5'4" and 5'6", especially, hit us up. Short Kings, hit us up. I'm an ally for the Short Kings, and I want the best for you. I'm here with you.
We're going to smoothly transition to our next segment, which is I really love how involved the city has been in like supporting us in the podcast and things like that. So I think that we should start doing like call outs of the week, best dressed, cutest couple. Yeah, cutest couple.
We get in Touch of Messy with that one.
Local events, new businesses, small businesses, things like that. So let's just start because speaking of fun and flirty, I saw some bomb outfits at that show. Two people who I saw in particular are Shay Rose and
Welcome back,
Landon. Shay. Yeah, welcome back, Shay. And Landon, right? Like, they looked so good. Like, Landon had this beautiful, like, red suit on with it was just fire. I'm going to insert a picture of these two and their style and their fashion sense.
I feel like that's a lot of people talk shit about Seattle fashion, and they're like, nobody dresses up here, nobody tries, and I agree to some extent. So I think Landon is a breath. Both of them are a breath of fresh air, but I know Landon more, and I feel like every time I see Landon dressed to the nines, making an effort to look. What's that look?
It's almost like effortless.
Yeah, exactly. Effortless, but also just intentional with what he's wearing. Doesn't wear sweats and a t-shirt and no socks. That's crazy.
I cannot stand sweats. Sorry. Something about sweats just throw me off. You know what I mean?
I couldn't imagine. That's crazy.
Sorry, intrusive thoughts.
I've never felt more attacked in my life.
Oh my God. Those aren't sweats.
They're kind of. I'll stand up.
Oh my God. Those are not sweats. Those are joggers?
My shoes.
Why are you not wearing shoes? Is this a religion thing?
You gotta respect Meat Street Studios.
I've seen you jerking on the floor with
Whoa,
shoes
whoa.
on.
Whoa.
I said jerk.
Wait, yo.
No, like jerking.
Whoa.
You're so sick. You're a weirdo.
I have not jerked off in Meat Street Studios.
How would you describe your style?
Comfortable.
Have you seen that Tide commercial where like the couple's on a date and he's like, "You look so good," and the girl's like, "You look comfortable."
I am all about comfort. I feel like I have some sense of fashion, but comfort above everything.
Comfort.
I'm a
above
big
it.
hoodie and sweats person, and I don't ever. When I went to Mexico in December, I had cowboy boots and like a full outfit for the wedding, and I've never felt more uncomfortable.
Oh.
Like the fact that I was walking
I
in
like
my
the cowboy
shoes.
boots.
Thank you. The fact that those shoes hurt. I was like, what the fuck? I spent all this money and I chose to wear this thing that is making me uncomfortable. I feel like I understand the plight of a woman in heels now. And
Oh, you understand the struggle of a woman in heels.
yes,
You're saying
after
that on the record.
yes, after walking around in those they were like slightly elevated. And
What's that noise?
the the boots were slightly elevated and tight. And the whole time I was walking around, I was thinking, I can't wait to take these shoes off.
I need to show you something.
Uh-huh.
So, speaking of, so you said comfort over everything.
Mhm.
This is perfect because so last night I was thinking about like
Oh.
ways to interact with our audience and like get people involved. And I was like, okay, well, what about Abdul? Like, how can I get them involved with Abdul? And I was thinking, well, everyone knows he's like light skinned. Like, that's the first thing, right?
There's more layers to me.
Yeah, light skin, eats butt once, and also maybe twice now, and also is a Drake fan. And so I was like, what if he had an album? So I created this thing, and I'm gonna share with the audience, and I want them to come up with the album title. I was like, what would it be?
Ooh.
But I think it would be called "Comfort Over Everything."
Ooh.
But I'll post it on the screen here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also gonna post it on Instagram.
Can I
but
see it?
want to know what y'all think. What would Abdul's album be called if he finally took that next step in his career of, his father Drake, and in his footsteps?
My dad's name is Mohammed Kasamali, not Aubrey Graham. I feel like this is a perfect example of comfort over everything because it's all Harvest House merch that I'm wearing, and I'm wearing two of the same shirts. I almost wore this shirt today.
Really?
That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy. You got like 5 outfits.
I do. I really do. My closet is full of clothes, but I just wear the same stuff over and over again.
This is crazy.
I like comfort over everything.
Comfort over everything.
Mhm.
All right. Well, y'all tell us. Wrong answers only. What if Abdul finally followed his Uncle Drakey's
I like Uncle.
footsteps?
Yeah.
What would his album be called?
I like cousin. I'd say cousin Drake.
All right. Well, okay. We are I want to make sure we don't go too much over time. So let's get into this write-in that we got. So, hey, Abdul and Deja, huge fan of A Touch and Messy. You both always manage to keep it real, and I love that. So here's my juicy dilemma.
Juicy.
I'm a freelance graphic designer in Seattle, and I've been dating this amazing person who's super stable, but not exactly supportive of my creative career. They think that I should get a real job and give up my art. It's making me question everything, my career, my relationship, and even my self-worth. What do you think? Should I choose love over passion, or is there a way to have both without compromising who I am? I'm all ears for your hot take. Keep rocking. And they want to be anonymous.
Oh, I was about to say, I see the name right there. I was like, I think I might know who this person is, and then the name was right there. Damn.
Damn. You're
Can
more
I
of an
be
entrepreneur.
Yeah, can I be fully candid?
Yeah.
Leave that motherfucker, bro. There's no reason somebody that you're dating should be telling you what to do. I'm not sure what the specifics of your relationship is, but I think if you're, at the end of the day, you're a grown-ass person, you're your own individual person. It is a risky move to make, but if somebody is giving you if I'm reading this correctly, the ultimatum of like choose me or this freelance life, kind of sus. And I'd say this feels like a red flag and a sign of bigger issues. Not to read into this person's relationship a bit much, but go in understanding the risks that are associated with it, but also remember that nothing in life is finite. Try it out for a year. Try it out for 2 years. It doesn't work. Go back to what you're doing. At the end of the day, we're all like little tiny specks of dust on this planet, and we think everything that we do is the biggest deal in the world, but nothing. I don't remember what I was doing 5 years ago. Neither are you. Just follow happiness. Try things out. Make calculated risks. And eat butt.
One time. I don't know. I agree. I agree with you.
I know
on
this.
on
We have to
something.
disagree.
I here's the thing. Well, I disagree with what you said about
Eating butt.
try it out for a year and then, like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Try what out for a year?
If you want to follow your passion and leave the job that you have right now,
They didn't say they have a job.
I feel like this happened last.
This is why I'm so confused by you sometimes. I'll be like, what is he reading?
No, but
They're
they
a
want them to get a
freelance.
real job and give up the art.
So you, what do you think they should do? Should they give up their freelance and get a job? Is that what you're saying? You're saying get a job for a year?
Or just try it out.
Try
Like,
what out?
This creative path that they want to do.
They already are. They're freelanced.
Keep doing. You're trying to set me up. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm just saying, in a year, keep trying to do it. If it doesn't work out, you can always find that job. But don't feel like you need to stop because somebody else is telling you what to do.
Beautiful.
If it
I
feels right to you, it feels right to you.
love that.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with that. I don't think, except for the year thing, I think that life, the older I get, the more I'm realizing that it's not necessarily about the destination. Like, you know, I love music and I love money, but, you know, if I became, you know, a touring act that is having sold out shows, that wouldn't be it for me. If I had billions of dollars, that wouldn't be it for me. So I really think that life is about making sure that you design your world and your life to be something that you enjoy as frequently as possible. And it's really about creating a really good experience the whole time. So if you getting a full-time job and quitting freelance does not make your life enjoyable, what are you doing, brother? Right?
Or sister. Or sibling.
I meant brother as like a inclusive term.
The inclusive brother, not
Yeah.
the male brother.
Meant brothers. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But you know what I mean? What are you doing?
I feel that. I think heavy emphasis on make sure you're taking calculated risks. I'm all about trying out what you want to do and follow your passion, but there's that, and then there's also make sure your money is in order for taxes. Make sure that you have plans for outreach and you're not just in your room making art for the sake of making art with no plans.
I mean, or if you are making art for the sake of art, as long as you enjoy your life, then do it. If money is not everything to you, then do it.
We finally disagree on something.
Okay, tell me more about how money is everything to you.
Not money is not everything
Just
to
kidding.
me, but this person lives in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do anything in Seattle, you need to spend money. It's an expensive place to live. There is a world where your art can exist as a career. If you want to make your art a sustainable career and not rely on money that is not yours, I think you need to go in with a plan. Film was something I always enjoyed for a while. I was lucky that it was a side hustle for me while I was working in engineering, so I was able to do it for the love. When I got laid off and I needed to make that transition over, I had to sit down and think about what are ways that I can still keep this as a love, but make money and reach out to specific people, do 2 jobs for me, which is passion projects, do 1 job that is strictly for money.
Mm-hmm.
That way I have enough to pay rent and make this life sustainable.
Sometimes I wish that I still made art without caring about if I was going to be able to pay, you know, people or whatever. Like, I miss making art for the fun of it. So I think you should just sit down and think about what your goals are. If your goals are not to be some like rich person that has to think about what your goals are and start there. Also, the person that is telling you to get a real job, I would try to figure out if they are, I don't mean real job, telling you to get a job.
Any job is a real job.
That is not freelance. Then I think you should figure out where they're coming from. Like, are they coming from a place of like, I know what your goals are and like you are slacking off, or are they coming from a place of like, I don't want to date a freelance artist. I want to date a rich billionaire. Like, and they might need to be the fat that you cut.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything cool.
What did you say? Anything?
Anything cool. All right. So,
who do you agree with? Deja, Abdul? Did we say the same thing? Did we say different things? I've honestly forgotten. Let us know in the comments.
Okay, my last question.
Uh-huh.
What do you think you would choose? Love or money? Like, would you be married and happily married, but like make $50,000 a year? Or would you rather be a billionaire and maybe not be in love?
Is this 50,000? Where am I living? Am I in Seattle still making 50 grand?
Your partner also makes 50 grand. Like, you guys live
Combined income of $100,000.
You live comfortably.
How many kids do you have?
None.
Okay. That tax write-offs are a thing.
Okay.
All right, no kids, both making 50 grand. I can't make 51,000. I'm stuck at 50 for the rest of my life.
Love or money?
Does it go up with inflation each year?
I'll answer first.
Okay.
Just to make you feel comfortable.
I still have more questions before I commit to this.
So for me, I feel like a lot of my dating experience has been like dating people for like their potential or dating people because I know. Oh, gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Cut this. And now I think I'm more at a place where I'm trying to be more responsible with my goals, and like I feel like I want to get to the rooms that I want to be in first, or only date people who are in the same kind of rooms that I'm in, versus like trying to get to where I'm going and picking up some baggage on the way, and they're like kind of like shitting on the rooms that I'm trying to get to. I've always dated people who have tried to like humble me, right? So, and I feel like I'm a humble person. So, my point to that is like, love is not enough sometimes. So,
that was a roundabout way to get that. That's not what I expected you to say.
Love is not enough. And so I think, I'm not saying, this is a hard question. I understand why you were.
Single billionaire or
I think
love?
I would be a single billionaire at this point. Because I think that sometimes other things. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't choose love, but I'm saying I'm going to be a billionaire anyways. That's
you
my
just
focus
chose
right now.
money over love. What do you mean you wouldn't choose?
Damn it.
You just didn't choose love.
What I mean is, I guess it's specific to my situations I've been in. What I mean is, I'm no longer dating broke people.
You didn't mention that they were broke. These people that were policing you were broke on top of that?
Actually, this whole episode is just for me to announce that I'm not dating anyone broke anymore.
What is the minimum amount that somebody needs to make?
It's not about that. What I mean by broke is like, it could be a broke mindset. It could be broke financially.
Fuck out of here.
But here's what I mean. I won't date people who have like anymore, who don't have like aspirations that they're actively going towards, like me, because I'm broke, right? But what I mean is like, I've dated people before who kind of don't feel like putting in the work to get to where they're going, and so they want to try to like drag me down too. But
you just said you don't want to date for potential, and you just described.
There's a difference between potential in theory and potential in action. Jordan.
You looked around like...
Jordan, what are your thoughts on that? Is there not a difference? Because, okay, picture this. No, literally, picture this. I think any woman or person who is in their 20s and they want love, I think that they should wait until they either meet someone who also has similar like mindset or track that they're going, or wait until they actually get to where they're going to find their person. Because a lot of the time we'll try to force love to work when really people are like this person here, they're in a dilemma because their partner has a different goal than they have. And so he said, questioning my self-worth. Like, I think that when people are not equally yoked in like what their goals are, then this kind of situation happens.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
So basically, if you can find love and money, great. But if you are dating someone who doesn't like the fact that you want money, then I don't think love is enough.
That's a great answer. I've had time to think about it. And I have a few more questions.
Okay.
Is this 50K pre-tax or post-tax? I think I would choose love. This might be a biased answer because I'm recently experiencing love. And there have been a lot of, I wouldn't say my life is hard right now, but I'm at a testing time in my life with my career and just everything surrounding it.
Yeah.
And love has been a really nice soft spot in all of that. I don't want to say getaway because I'm not distracted from it. It's not stopping me from doing anything, but it's been nice to feel that love.
Feel love.
And I don't know what the point of $1 billion is if you don't have love.
That's true.
And I think we can make 50K work. Take that 50K, go back to Kenya, build a mansion, and just live happily in Kenya. We're both making 50K, so 100K pre-tax.
Live like
post-tax.
royalty. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Team love over here. Fuck this money shit.
I think it definitely...
That being said, if anybody owes me an invoice, please pay it. That doesn't mean you can just not pay me.
That's what I'm saying. I do think it's case by case, right? Because with the right person, yeah, love is great. But I feel like at the same time, in this person's predicament specifically, like, love's not enough, clearly. Like, this person's like, I don't want you doing your passion. I want you making money. That's not going to work. So...
And it feels like there might be some more nuances to this conversation that we don't know. We got a one-sided, concise email.
Exactly.
To a very complicated situation.
Well, we actually did really good on timing. I'm really excited about that. Thanks to my project management skills.
Yes. This is Deja's podcast. I'm just like I'm the video person that steps on the mic a little
You're
bit.
overcompensating right now. So what you can expect for future episodes, we really want to get folks involved in this. So if you are wanting to be on the podcast, let us know. If you want to be a part of the audience, let us know. Can't make any promises, but we definitely...
Whoa, I was about to say, slow down.
But definitely there will be times where we have some segments where we are going to need like folks here just in case Jordan can't be here or...
If you can do a backflip, you're welcome on this podcast at any point.
Every light skin can do a backflip.
I can't
except
do
for
a
you.
backflip.
Yeah. Can you? No? Oh, Josiah can. Josiah can. All right. Well, touchy. Wait, hold on.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on